Hey, what's going on? Well, it's like, it just seems like no matter what I try to do, I just keep getting kicked in the teeth. No matter what it is. All I'm trying to do is survive. And it just seems that no matter what I try to do, there's always something. So, anyway, yesterday, I'm here just, I'd been doing some stuff trying to get my rain fly on the tent, which I finally did this morning when the wind wasn't blowing. Because every time I tried to do it yesterday, the wind would kick up and blow it all over the place, and it was impossible. But this morning it was calm, and so I was able to get the rain fly. Anyway, I've been trying to do that, doing some other stuff, and I came in here and was laying down on the cot. I look, and the Forest Service law enforcement truck pulls up, and he comes up here, and he, and I really think a lot of these guys, and I know this for being a law enforcement, there's a lot of guys, they try to make it as an actual police officer, and they don't cut it. I'm not saying that this is always true, but I've just seen it a lot with, some security officers and officers with Forest Service and other agencies where they're not actually an officer, but they get to carry a gun and feel big. A lot of them couldn't make it as a cop, so they take a secondary job. And like I say, I'm not saying that that is true with even most of them. But there's some you can always tell, because you can tell that the power goes to their head. And this guy's a perfect example. So anyway, he was just being a jerk. He comes pulling up, and I'm laying on my cot, and he comes walking up. And I don't remember what he said initially, but he knew who I was. I don't know if it was the same guy or not that I saw before, but I'm thinking it must have been, because he knew me, called me by name, and he said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm taking a break. And he goes, no. He said, your 14 days is already up. And I'm like, how do you figure that? I just got here yesterday. And he says, well, your vehicle. And I said, yeah, my vehicle was parked because I was taken to the hospital, but I wasn't camping. I said, just because my vehicle was parked through no fault of my own, because it's not like I chose to get sick. I wasn't going to let him bully me. It's like, no, dude, I know the laws too. And he knows I'm an ex-cop. We discussed that. And I said, I was here, it was like it was either morning or early afternoon of the second day that I was here, that I was taken to the hospital. I said, so I only camped one night. I said, and then the next day, they took me to the hospital. There's not a whole hell of a lot I could do with my vehicle. I said, but I don't see how you can count that as having camped here for 14 days. He says, well, you can only camp 14 days in any 30-day period. And I said, well, I was taken to the hospital on April 19th. I said, I think that the 30-day mark is already passed. Well, anyway, we went back and forth, and I told him, I said, look, I said, this is just ridiculous. I said, I haven't been camping here 14 days. And so finally what we came to a compromise, and he said, okay, he's just being a dick. There's absolutely no reason he had to be like that. I mean, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Yeah, like I chose to have my gallbladder explode and contaminate my body and spend 3 weeks or whatever in 3 different hospitals. It's like, what a freaking idiot. And so anyway, it's like I wasn't going to take his crap. I mean, I'll follow the laws, but, let's be fair. The fact is I had not camped here for 14 days. Just because my vehicle was here doesn't mean, I said, that's not camping. I was in a hospital, camping in a hospital, or 3 different hospitals. And so he says, all right, well, we'll call this day 4. He says, if you're not, and I said, okay, so do I have to leave the 14th day, or can I stay the 14 days and then, or, however many days left, and then leave the morning of the 15th day? He goes, you can leave the morning. I said, okay, which luckily that happens to be payday, the 3rd. So I'll have the gas money to go somewhere else, because right now I don't. So he goes, well, there may be several other people stopping by and talking to you. And I'm like, well, why? I said, what's the necessity of that? Why do other people have to stop by and find out the same thing that you already know and can tell them? It's like, you're going to be a dick, I'll be a dick. It's like, I'm taking your shit. So he's like, well, so he leaves. And then this morning, I just basically gotten up, had my coffee, and the officer who found me stopped by. So apparently they communicate. Kevin, he's there camping again. It's like, what the hell? What have I done wrong? I mean, I'm here, I'm minding my own business. I don't have trash, scattered everywhere. It's clean. I'm just minding my own business. I don't understand what the hell the problem is. But the officer, it was the officer who found me and called EMS for me. Yeah, he goes, well, I'm just checking on you. He says, how are you doing? And I said, I'm good, And he says, are you able to, function okay? And I said, hey, I said, you saw how far I got with my tent the first time I was here. I said, I got it up, got the rain fly on, got everything set up, got my solar panel set up. I said, I couldn't do any of that before. I had absolutely no strength. I said, right now I'm probably about 70%. I said, I have to take some breaks. I'm out doing stuff, and then I got to lay down for a little bit. I said, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. Still sore. I said, but I'm improving every day. And I said, you don't have to worry about me. I'm okay. So he was pretty cool about it. He says, well, I just wanted to check on you, make sure everything was okay. I said, yep, it's good. It's good. I'm fine. So then we were talking about, I told him that I was looking for an apartment and stuff like that. And there was a couple of other things he told me about that I might want to check with. So, at least he was helpful. He was cool. I think he was sincere wanting to see how I was doing. Because I see maybe they're a little paranoid, but that guy, the Forest Service guy, he that wasn't his agenda. He just wanted to be a turd. So, but anyway, I'm here and probably be leaving the morning of the 3rd. And he told me I couldn't camp on any Forest Service. I'm going to have to look up the laws, because I think he's full of shit. to be honest with you. But I don't think, unless I find an apartment, I'm not going to be able to stay around here, which sucks because I really like this area. So if I can't camp on Forest Service, I'm going to have to, go camp on BLM again and go back into the desert and get out of the trees, which that really sucks. And it's like a cutoff. If you're going like from Flagstaff down to Phoenix, this I-17 goes down and it kind of curves around. And it seems like everything, not everything, but most everything west of the freeway is all BLM land, and everything east is Forest Service. So, but I'm gonna do a little research and get on the computer, do a little research and see what's where. And if I go to a different forest, see, because he was like hemming and hawing about stuff. I was asking him, I said, well, if I go to another forest, can I camp there? Because I think it goes by the forest. And at first he said, yeah, and then he changed it and said, well, no, you can't, So I'm gonna do a little bit of research because I think he was trying to just be, for some reason, he wants to be a turd toward me. I don't know why. So, but I'm gonna do some research because, I have the feeling if I went up further toward Flagstaff or somewhere down there, I could be just fine, and they wouldn't mess with me. Who knows? But I'd like to stay here. There was another campsite I was thinking about checking out, but he says, well, it's part of the same forest, so you can't camp there. But he said 14 days within a 30-day period. So if I find out where the next closest forest is, go there, camp for 14 days, then I could come back here for 14 days. I'd rather find a place to live in Show Low, to be honest with you. That's, that's a no-brainer. But, because I don't like to have to be moving around all the time, but at this particular point, financially, what's clouding up big time? Financially, it's really my only option, because I'm not going to a damn rescue mission. That's for damn sure. Like I said before, that's not, and I was stupid to even go there, because I should have already known how I would like it, that I wouldn't. I'd much rather be out here by myself, camping, and just being able to do whatever I want and not have to mess with any, low-life people. So, anyway, I'll be here until the 3rd, and by that time I'll try to have something figured out, to see where I go from there, because I'd really like to stay in the trees. Desert crap, if I have to, I have to. But I'll do a little bit of research and see, what BLM areas might actually have a little scenery and not just be total, like some places I've camped already. Now the place in California was okay, but the thing is, I don't want to get into the deep, really, really hot areas. I'm just not. I'd rather stay in an area that's kind of like this, temperature-wise. It gets a little cool at night, but, as long as I stay under my covers, I'm good. So anyway, it's frustrating, to say the least. But I figured I'd just check in with everybody, let you know what's going on. But, at least I didn't let him run me out of here. It's like, you want to get into a legal argument, dude. And the laws and all that stuff. I ain't no chump. So, Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Keep praying for me that something, apartment wise, will open up within the next 10 days. Because I would really love to stay here, make this home, but if it's meant to be, it'll be, I guess. Talk to you later.